Hey guys, before this video starts, I want to give a big shout out to all my subscribers and followers that always show love and everything like that and appreciation. You guys are awesome. You guys always here supporting. So this week I'll probably try to give out shout outs here and there. So if you want to shout out, just comment down below. But I always I always appreciate everyone who was always supporting me and stuff like that. So I got John Schwartz, appreciate you. Tall Trucker 2, Brad Belcom. 18 Wheel Boys, congratulations on getting that CDL, man. Congratulations, big congrats. Grizzly Ridge Runner, obviously, always, man, since day one, he's always here. I appreciate that, as well as Miss Cindy from Arizona. You guys are epic for always, showing love and support always on the channel, every video. Same thing with Riding with Antonio. He actually a cool guy. He actually made my same truck that I have here with all the same stickers and everything on the American Truck Simulator. So if you guys want to check out that video, I'll try to link it down below if I remember. But what else we got? We got Michael Marion as well, always very informative and helping others when they want to choose Prime and explaining on what divisions Prime has and stuff like that, which I'll make another video about what to do first, because a lot of people ask me what to do first or how to get to Prime and what are the steps to get to Prime. So I'll help out and show you guys the steps, kind of explain everything the way I went through it and everything like that, so you kind of have like a general idea. That's my plan, because like I said, this channel is all about helping people. Another guy, Sam Flores, shout out to you. I know he just came to Prime. Good guy. He was asking me to be a trainer. I'm sorry, I'm not training currently at the moment, but best of luck, man. And I'm glad you joined Prime and you find Prime hopefully as your longtime company. Rob Nelson as well, shout out to you, man, for always being here, always supporting. Much love for that. And he said buy him a soda because he put me down as a reference on the application. Much appreciated. If I ever see you at the terminal, I got you, man. I'll buy you a soda, maybe a burger or something like that. But definitely take care of all the people that support me, because you guys are epic. So I really appreciate it. But yeah, if you're interested in coming to Prime, you can put me down as a reference. It helps you that you know somebody, and somebody maybe give you inside of the company or opinion and stuff like that on the company. So if you want to link down below and use me on your application, go ahead and do so. I appreciate it. You give me a little kickback as well for it. Nothing crazy, it's not really important, but I appreciate if you guys use me as a reference, and it goes 50-50, good for you and good for me at the same time. So anyways, let's get into this video. This video is brought to you by VIOFO A329 4K 60 frames per second, the best dash cam on the market today. If you're interested in learning more, please check the link down below of me doing a review and unboxing and an installation. Hey everybody, how's it going? Hopefully it's not too bright. It looks too bright though. But yeah, anyway, so we are here in Newport News right now, Virginia. I unloaded this morning over here, and my appointment was at 10. I checked in at 7. They gave me a door right away, and then they unloaded me by 8:30ish. So I had to wait for them to come out and cut the seal and everything. But we are here, and the purpose of this video, obviously by the title, is winter tips. So a lot of people have been asking me what I learned from driving for 3 years so far, and if I can give the new drivers that are coming into the industry some kind of pointers. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm Mr. Know-It-All, but I made a little list, I guess, to help out. So here, let's get right into it. First things first, the two obvious ones is chains and anti-gel. Anti-gel is going to be basically diesel mixed with some kind of additives that prevents your fuel from gelling. Fuel starts gelling at 20 degrees usually or below. So if you're somewhere where it's going to be below 20, you want to put a little bit of anti-gel in there to treat the fuel. If it's going to be getting into negative, sometimes 20 is the magic number. So if you get to 20, you want to put one. By 0, you should add another one. That's the way it works. Chains, obviously, another obvious one. If you're going to be driving in mountainous or terrain areas that require chains, certain states like Colorado, Oregon, Washington, Truckee, part of California there, just all over pretty much where there's crazy mountains. So Wyoming sometimes, basically Utah as well. Chaining up is required by law, especially if they have the chain law in effect. So you can get either the chains, which is a little bit more difficult to put on, and then there's another option for tire socks. So here's the chains and here's the tire socks. So you choose which one you want. The tire socks are a bit pricey, but it's much more easier to store and it's much more easier to put on. All right, another thing I put here is do not set your brakes. The reason on the trailer, do not set your brakes on the trailer. Don't pull the red knob. That's what I've been taught from my trainer, and I just learned over time. So basically, don't set your trailer brakes, only pull the yellow knob, the tractor brakes. The reason why is because if your brakes are wet on the trailer, and it's like drum brakes, so when you pull it, if it's wet, and it'll freeze up that liquid that's wet with the brake on the brake drum and then the brake pad. So when it, you know, connect together or whatever, they will freeze up overnight in freezing temperatures, and then you're not going to be able to get your trailer moving at all. You're going to be just dragging the tires, which will pretty much make flat spots, and your company will be really angry. And another thing to make sure it didn't freeze up, you just pull up a little bit. Some people have like a little I guess like a white marker or Sharpie, or like one of those like that you write on the window, like just married or something like that. Those the washable ones, so they'll just mark like a line down on the tire, and they'll pull up a little bit and see if the tire's moving. If it stayed in the same area, obviously the tire is not moving. That's another thing. Don't use Jake brakes at all, especially like during ice and like slushy conditions, because that will jackknife the truck really quickly, from what I hear. And just, I guess, me, knock on wood, I haven't experienced that, but yeah, you don't really want to use Jakes. I learned like over a certain extent of time, I can use Jakes a little bit, stage 1, depending on what kind of conditions is on the road. You kind of like just use your best judgment, in my opinion. Going down mountains and stuff, you want to start off really slow in automatic transmission so you can maintain the speed, because if you start off really quick, you're gonna have to hit your brakes kind of hard, and that will, I guess, make you like skid or jackknife easier. So I always start, if I'm gonna be going down steep hills that are like slushy or a lot of snow and the road is covered, you can't see the surface, or maybe potentially icy, I always start really slow. And the transmission, there's an automatic mode and a manual mode. You just push that in, and then you can switch it to manual mode, meaning that you can select the gear and it'll keep you in that gear, low gear. That's what I do. That's what works for me the best. And then moving on. Well, also another good pointer is like looking on the back of your mirrors when there's like I guess like a little bit of like snow, or like if it's raining. Watch the back of the mirrors. If they start freezing up, that's a good sign. That's like an indicator that the roads are possibly freezing up as well. Another thing to watch for, the main one, is like tire spray off other vehicles or other trucks that are passing you. So if you got trucks and cars passing you, watch for that tire spray. If there's no tire spray at all, it's a good factor that the road's possibly freezing up. So you should just use caution, or just get off the road completely, because the black ice is no joke. In black ice, when you lose control, you just lose it 100%. It's really hard to regain, and basically the ice controls you. You don't control the ice. So if you start skidding on the ice, there's no going back. But snow, I mean, snow is still manageable. Just have to drive basically smart and in the right speed limits, pretty much, and keep a very safe distance. But another thing is, obviously, another like obvious one, have extra blankets and warm clothes in case you need to go outside, or if you're sleeping and you have your APU or heater stops working all of a sudden, you have extra blankets to keep yourself warm, and you know, stuff like that. You need boots. That's just me. Boots and warm gloves and a warm jacket. Even a face mask would help sometimes, because in certain areas, if you're going to chain up top of like mountains and stuff like that, it gets really, really cold, especially with the wind chill. That wind chill is no joke. So yeah, just warm boots if you can for like chaining up, so in case you like your feet are all under snow, it can keep you warm, as well as warm gloves. Me personally, it's like, this is just me, this is just my opinion, but I'll also get washer fluid that has a low freeze point. I always use like the Rain-X one that's -30. I always get that one. That's just me. I have extra food that you can like eat or cook, snacks, stuff like that, just in case. Me personally, keep the fuel above half, or at half if possible, especially during winter weather and winter storms, because you don't know if you're going to be stranded somewhere in a certain area for a long time. So it's always good, rule of thumb, to keep that fuel at least half or higher, in my opinion. It prevents from like moisture building up in the tanks and stuff like that, as well as in case you need to run your APU or like heater, you know, and you're stuck somewhere for a while. It's a good thing to have. A lot of fuel, obviously. So another thing is, every night when it's like freezing temperatures, you want to drain your air tanks, which is outside. I'll make another video on that. You basically, there's like two little strings you pull, and you can drain the primary and secondary air tanks from in case there is kind of like moisture or water inside, basically to prevent your brakes and airlines from freezing up in case you have some kind of water or moisture inside your system, right? Also check the weather before your trip, so you're prepared, like in case of you know, you're going to be dealing with ice or whatever is ahead of you on your route. Good app to use is AccuWeather. That's what I use. I'll put a little image right here. AccuWeather in the App Store, and then there's an app right here on the App Store. I'll put just like a mini logo for the app, and then it just says like on the App Store what it looks like. It's like an orange little sun, I guess. So that's my favorite app to use. You can plan your trip out with that, see where you're going and what cities you're going to be driving through, what major highways and stuff, and you can kind of like go from city to city and see if there's some snow or ice possibly and stuff like that. Another thing you can also use is Safe Travel USA. So Google Safe Travel USA, it'll have every state, all the DOT, so you press on that and you can check the weather and road conditions, possibly some cameras here and there of the road conditions in those states. You also want to leave a safe following distance. Obviously that's just anywhere in the car or a truck. It's just common sense, but a truck obviously a little bit more because you're such a big vehicle with a lot of weight, right? And it's going to be, especially on the wet surface, ice, snow, it's going to take a long time to stop. It already takes a long time to stop without it, so more with that, you know what I mean? And so yeah, leave enough space and distance in case, you know, somebody spins out four-wheeler, which they will do because it happened to me already a few times. So yeah, you have enough time to react or carefully go around them or whatever to avoid collision. So you never want to ride on the pack. For some odd reason, whenever there's like snow or ice or bad weather, people, cars, trucks, everybody wants to just bunch up and just ride together, which is me. I always leave myself an out. That's the best, you know, in my opinion, that's the best thing that works for me. So just always leave yourself an out so you have time to react or do something in case something happens in front of you, right? Drive to your abilities. Also, if you don't feel safe, just park it. It's not worth it, and wait it out till the storm passes in the local like states and jurisdictions. Treat the roads, pretty much salt them and plow them and all that, so you know in a few hours the roads be much more safer than they are right now or currently, right? So just, you know, give it time. If you don't feel safe, don't drive at all, because no load is worth risking your life or anyone else around you, right? So that's the way I was taught. Also, another optional thing if you want to use or you want to have on your truck like I have, there's like a small handheld shovel to move some snow around in case, you know, you have some snow in front of your tires and you can't get any traction. So that's another good thing to have. And another thing I have is a brush on one end, and then there's like a snow or ice scraper on the other end. That's what I have. That's another optional thing you want to buy. So that's all I can think of, guys. If anyone else has more recommendations, leave it down below for the new people coming into the industry to help out, because this channel is all about helping others. So appreciate you guys watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Thinking of joining Prime? Go to primeinc.com, press the driver application, and then when you go down and scroll down, after you read everything, press next, and scroll down again, press next again. You'll be prompted to the first page. You want to go to the second page where it would ask you where you referred to Prime by an active Prime driver. Make sure you select yes and type in my driver code, SVENAE. And now let's get into the video.